Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Laura Rose, and today I'm going to be doing an Unhaul TBR. If you watched my video from last week or 2 weeks ago, you saw me and Zach unhaul a shit ton of books. And you probably were like, oh my gosh, they probably have no books left. You're wrong. So this is my pledge. I have a stack of books from my shelf that I had not read yet. And I said to myself, I would like to read these books, but they do not belong on the bookshelf until you've actually read them, because as you know, I don't like to keep stuff, minimalist, blah, blah, blah. All these books I'm about to show you, I'm giving myself 1 year to read, and if I don't read them, they're getting unhauled.
The birds outside my window are going crazy.
Basically what I'm going to do is show you the books and let you know why I want to keep them, why I want to read them, and if I haven't read them in a year, we're getting rid of them. This I got from my friend. It is Dune by Frank Herbert, and this is a fantasy classic. My mom gave this to me. She said it was really amazing. I never saw the movie, but it's Seabiscuit. It's about a horse, and people love it. I don't think I've ever read a Dean Koontz book, and I feel like he's a big-time author that I really need to get into. And I'm not saying really need like, oh my gosh, why haven't you read him yet? I'm saying it like, I pride myself on loving fantasy and knowing a lot about fantasy, so I want to be well-rounded in my fantasy knowledge.
This used to be from my library in Michigan. They must have sold it for 25 cents to my dad, who goes crazy in the library book sale. 10
Great Mysteries by Edgar Allan Poe. I assume I've read a couple of these stories in here. Again, another classic. I would just like to say I have great taste in books, but clearly not good taste in actually reading those books. I have a lot of plays. Chekhov, which is kind of hard to get through. A Streetcar Named Desire, which is a classic. I do think I've read this, but I want to read it again and decide like, ooh, should I keep it in my collection? Rumors by Neil Simon. And Camille, The Lady of the Camellias by Alexander Dumas. Oh. Sorry, dude. Could I be more embarrassing right now telling you all these classic books that I haven't read? Yes. I've never read Little Women. This book is from like 1942. It's super old looking. Once upon a time, it was 75 cents. It's kind of one of those books where you kind of know the whole plotline and story, which is why when you're older, you just can't get into it. Do you guys have books like that? You don't want to read them because you're like, I know what happens. The power of your subconscious mind. Now, y'all saw me unhaul a lot of positive thinking books, but this is one that I wanted to keep. My friend gave this to me, I think in college, and I still haven't read it all the way through. Stephen King on writing. I actually have never read any Stephen King books. So basically this TBR video is a lot of me admitting the people that I haven't read yet. I've actually been trying to get through this for a very long time. I want to finish this because I do really like Stephen King. The problem is I kept putting it down and picking it back up, so I would kind of forget where I was. And writing with emotion, tension, and conflict. This is another gift. I haven't read this yet. This video is so embarrassing. If I could actually be embarrassed. Wish I can't. I don't know how long I've had this book. It's called Michigan Ghost Town. It looks like I got it from, oh yes, it is a discarded library book. Ooh, it looks really cool. There's like creepy pictures in it and stuff. This is a screenwriting guide, and I've done a few scripts, and I do have an idea for a movie that I've been simmering for like years, but I want to focus on one project first. So right now I'm going to finish my novel. This should have been in with my book of plays. It's Richard Cameron. I have a monologue that I've been studying from one of these, Can't Stand Up for Falling Down, and I never read the other plays in it, so I want to read it, or else I'm going to send it on its merry way. A conversation between the Dalai Lama and Paul Ekman, PhD, Emotional Awareness. Look how cute the Dalai Lama is. He looks like your BFF. Breath and Bone, Flesh and Spirit by Carol Berg. One of my best buddies from high school gave me these books, and he was like, you need to read these. They're so good. I know you'll love them. I've never heard of them from anyone else, but he is the one who recommended me Game of Thrones. The Magical Worlds of Harry Potter, a treasury of myths, legends, and fascinating facts. Harry Potter! Can you believe I have a Harry Potter book on my shelf that I've never read? Look how scary that manticore picture is. Harry motherfucking Potter. I guess this would also go under my self-help books, so some of them did survive the purge. It's called The Untethered Soul. I think I started this a year ago, and I know that I liked it enough to want to keep it and keep reading it, but it was kind of intense, so I never dove in. Big surprise here, another KDL book from the library that they were selling for, I'm guessing, 75 cents? It's called The Trophy Kids Grow Up. It's about the millennial generation and the workplace. I love psychology books, and I'm pretty obsessed with myself because I'm a millennial. I love to read about stuff like this because people think that millennials are just assholes, and I don't think that's true. This has been on my TBR for a while now. I think I put it on my list a couple months ago. One of my friends sent this to me, and I have not read it yet. because it's so big. It's like really, really intimidating. But again, Patrick Rothfuss, another fantasy author that I haven't even read a book from him yet. I know The Name of the Wind is super good. I've heard it recommended from a million billion people. I know I should read it. This is a complete book of fairy tales. I'm going to probably do this one periodically throughout the year because I love fairy tales. And finally, this is one of the kids' books that I kept because it's a colored book of dragons, ogres, and wicked witches. All right, that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure you comment, subscribe for more videos. And if you liked this TBR and you want to join in, go pull the books off your bookshelf that you haven't read yet that you want to get through in the next year, or you will unhaul them. Get that clutter out. It feels good on your life. It feels good on your soul. Film your Unhaul TBR. Tag me in it, and I'll come watch it, and we can do this together. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, have a glittery day.